Hey y'all, it's your girl, Nia the Most High, okay? Your motivational speaker slash spiritual guide that taps into psychology and intuition to help you manifest when you feel too low vibrational to do so, okay? So, we're going to be getting into our first chapter here. This is a collective reading, and what I am going to be teaching is how things are always working out for me and working out for you, working out for us. Things are always working out for me, okay? So if you've been having trouble with things working out, just stay here, okay? We're going to silence all the negativity and we're going to get straight into it. Let's talk about how does the brain naturally look for patterns of threat rather than evidence of safety? So, first off, as humans, we don't always naturally protect our energetic field. And what this means is just because you don't see negativity does not mean it is not there. Okay? Let's think about it. We have negative frequencies all around us, and the thoughts that we have, in the TV that we watch, in the social media that we browse, in the music we listen to, and the people that we engage ourselves with, okay? And the frequency that we allow to come into our lives. So if we don't protect our field and say, no, I'm not going to talk to this person all the time, or I'm not going to talk to them at all because they're negative, or I'm not going to listen to this music because I know when I listen to it, it just messes me up. And you know what? I'm not going to eat this food because I know every time I eat it, I automatically feel sick, or, just I don't feel as energetic as I once did, right? We have to start rejecting low vibrational energy. And as humans, we don't naturally do that. We don't naturally protect ourselves. We're vulnerable and we're open. Therefore, a lot of stuff can attack our energetic field. So when you're wondering, why is things not working out? Why? What are the things that you are keeping in your life? Okay? Are you protecting yourself? Okay? You know those people are negative. You know they draining you, but you're still keeping them there. That's not protecting yourself. You know that food is unhealthy. You know that listening to shoot 'em up, bang bang, or sad music makes you sad or makes you want to get crunk. That's not good. Those are not good vibrations. So we have to pay attention to the frequency that we are allowing in our life, okay? And let's move on to the next. We have to take up space, okay? As humans, we be scared to show up, okay? You can't be scared to show up. We be scared to take up space. We are not here just to pay bills. You're not paying on the spot for Earth. You are made of the same thing as the universe and the earth, okay? You are the trees, you are the sky, you are the star. So why do you think that you have to pay to be here? You have to pay to live. Why do you think that? You have to take up space. You have to say, I belong here. Abundance is my birthright, and can't nobody take that from me, okay? And I'm going to share a testimony with you guys, okay? Sometimes even myself, because I'm not perfect, I'll be like, how I'm going to do this, okay? How I'm going to do that? Okay, I know I got to do this content, but like, what if nobody messes with it? What if nobody likes it? That's where I have to stop myself. And that's, if you do that too, that's where you got to stop yourself at. And you got to say, you know what? I'm not going to worry who fucks with me. I'm going to fuck with me, and I'm going to fuck with me the strongest, okay? Because I know that the universe got my back. I know that I got my back. Okay, I know that abundance got my back. So if I got those three things, me, myself, and I, abundance, the universe, source, then I know that I can do this. And whoever likes it, likes it. Whoever loves it, loves it. Whoever hate it, hate it. Okay, fuck them. Boom. Okay. So with that being said, do not be scared to be still. And another thing, do the work. Okay, do the work. Stop asking yourself, stop procrastinating, saying, oh, I don't know how I'm going to do this. Or, what if I don't do it right? Or what else? What else do we do as humans? Oh, I don't think I'm ready. I'm not comfortable. I ain't got this. I don't have that. No, do the work and flow with it. Just let it flow. Don't worry how you're going to do it. Don't even worry about the structure yet. Just start somewhere. Okay. I didn't even know how I was going to do this video, low key. I'm like, dang, I'm outlining, and I'm like, well, how am I going to present this? How am I going to do this? How am I going to do that? And then Spirit said, hey, Nia, stop. Just go ahead. Do the video. Go for it. And we'll figure the rest out when we get to the middle of it. And here we are, 5 minutes and 1 second into the video. Okay? Because you have to start somewhere. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter how you feel right in that moment. It only matters about the result that you're going to get at the end. Okay? And it doesn't always have to be perfect. Okay? Sometimes your first draft doesn't even always have to be the final draft, but you got to push yourself and you just have to flow with it and believe in that flow. Okay? So, with that being said, believe in yourself. Okay? Go with the flow. It doesn't matter where you start. It's about how you end. Now, how do we get money to work out for us? Okay, money, 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 money. Everybody wants money. Money rules the world. It makes the world go round, right? Okay, now let's talk about it. Everybody wants money, but not everybody know what money even is. Everybody think money is just paper, okay? It's currency, which it is. But you know what else is currency? Energy. Energy is currency too. So, I'm channeling Whitney Houston. If he makes you feel... I'm sorry. You see, I told y'all I'm being perfect with it. I don't know how it go, the melody, but it's like, if he makes you feel, okay, like $1 million bill, boom, okay? So, we have to feel like the millions or the thousands or the $100 that we want to manifest. We have to feel like that. We have to tune into the frequency of money, the frequency of currency. We have to remember that our energy is also currency. So if you always walking around negative, oh my God, nothing ever works out. Oh my God, how am I going to get this? Oh my God, oh, these bills are just stacking and stacking, instead of saying, you know what? I don't know how this shit is going to get done, but it's going to get done though. You know, have you ever had a moment where you didn't know how something was going to happen, but you didn't like hope for it? You just stopped worrying about it. And you're just like, you know what? It's not that you gave up. You just said, you know what? I'm just going to, some people say, I'm going to put it in God's hands. I'm going to put it in the universe's hands. I'm not even going to worry about it. And then the next thing you know, it figures itself out. Okay? Because when you step into the frequency of money and you understand that your energy is also currency and you create an energy budget, you don't let things like bills, okay, or not having enough, or, you know, being broke, you don't let that type of stuff get you down. Okay? And if we want to manifest money and we want money to work out for us, we have to stop being scared of spending it. Stop being scared of spending it. Let me give you another testimony. As I'm doing this video, I'm like, man, if I don't get enough storage on my phone, then my phone, it may crash or something, okay? And I'm not going to be able to finish. I don't want to buy storage right now. You know, I want to hold on to this money, but guess what? I got money to get it. So let me stop worrying about, and it's 555 as I say this, let me stop worrying about if I spend this money, I'm losing, because I know that if I invest in this, I don't have to worry about my phone shutting off. I don't have to worry about the recording not being recorded because I don't have enough storage. It's not like I'm just spending on something that's useless. I'm spending on something that can help me. Okay, I'm investing in myself. Okay, so you can't always be scared to spend the money. That doesn't mean be reckless. It just means know that it's always going to come back. All right, let's move on to our next section. Why do humans often interpret disruption as danger even when growth follows? So first off, we don't always believe in our higher self. I know that it's many people listening saying, what is a higher self? Okay. Your higher self is your higher consciousness, okay? That's the spirit, that's you. You know, your higher you that's saying you can do this, self. That's your motivator, okay? That's the person that's inside of you saying, we got this, keep going, get up, self. That's your higher self. And not everybody knows how to connect to their higher selves. A lot of people don't even know that their higher self exists. Okay, a lot of people may lack a conscience. Okay, a lot of people don't know how to go within themselves and actually believe. Okay, a lot of people don't know how to go into themselves and say, I got this. Okay, so I also want to say this: your higher self is also your Christ consciousness. Okay, all right. Christ consciousness, that's like a whole nother segment for a whole nother day, but I want to touch on it a little bit and say that we all have the spirit of quote unquote Jesus Christ inside of us, okay? And it's not all about trying to be Jesus, but it's knowing that Jesus lives inside of you, right? Jesus lives inside of you. And I know other people have beliefs, so I'm not trying to force my beliefs on other people, but I believe in the spirit of Christ. I do. And I believe that the spirit of Christ lives in each and every one of us. The spirit of Christ is our higher self. We all have Christ inside of us. We all are Christ-like. Well, let me rephrase that. We all can be Christ-like if we can really connect with our higher self, which is Christ-like, okay? You got to connect to that higher self, okay? Your higher self is the person that tells you, okay, yeah, we don't know how we're going to do this, but guess what? We're going to trust, okay? We're going to trust in the consciousness. We're going to trust that a way is going to be made. We're going to trust in the universe. We're going to trust in our abundance. That's your higher self. And everybody don't believe that they have the protection of their higher selves and they have the protection of Christ consciousness. Not everybody believe in that, right? And the next thing I want to talk about is a lot of people keep it moving in two different ways, okay? How you should keep it moving is even if you don't know, keep on going. But some people, they just be like, you know what? I don't know. And they keep moving in the same direction they've been moving in, not believing in themselves, being negative, talking down on themselves, speaking out negativity, not understanding that words are spells, right? A lot of people don't believe that they are enough. A lot of people, even though they have seen stuff work out for themselves when they were really worried, or things wasn't all bad as it seems, we still as humans have this tendency to feel like I'm not enough. 606, as I say this, I'm not worthy of that. Now, that couldn't work out for me. But you have to stop saying that, okay? You have to say, I am enough for this. I'm enough. I am enough. I am enough. You have to affirm it. I don't have to be more than what I already am right now. I am enough. As long as I show up, I do the work, I have trust, even if it doesn't even if it doesn't go the way I exactly planned it, I know that it's going to work out for me. It's all working out. Okay, and that's how things always work out for me. That's how things always work out for you. When we actually believe that we are enough, when we actually believe in our higher self, when we actually believe that there is a Christ energy out there rooting for us. There are ancestors rooting for us. There are guides and angels. Okay, you have to have some type of spiritual belief. Okay, and I didn't say religion. I said spiritual belief. You have to believe that there is a source. You got to believe that it's Christ energy out there rooting for you. You have to believe in these things. You have to believe in the spirit. Believe in the spirit over ego, because ego will tell you anything. Okay, ego cloud your mind so much. Ego will have you making the wrong decisions. But spirit is when you pause. Spirit is when you say, okay, self, I'm feeling overwhelmed again, but I know that's my ego. Let me tap in with spirit. Let me be spiritual right now. Okay? Let me keep moving. Okay? Let me know. Let me let myself know that I'm enough and all is working out for me. Okay, so let's move on to our next question. Let's talk about how do cognitive distortions shape the belief that something is wrong? As humans, we don't believe that it's already mine. We don't believe that it's already ours. Okay, we think that we have to fight for it. Okay, we think that we have to chase it. Okay, we think that it's not ours. There's no way. Okay, and when you have that type of belief system, how can you manifest what it is that you want? It's already yours. Okay, we don't believe that all is well. We always think the worst. We don't see our thoughts because we don't, when we see our thoughts, let me rephrase that. We don't see positive thoughts because we don't affirm positive thoughts. But if you start affirming to yourself every day, I am enough, I am grateful, it is all working out for me. When you start getting up and affirming yourself and affirming your reality, you can start to see these thoughts. But if every day you wake up, oh my God, I didn't make no money today. Oh my God, I got to get up and go to this job. I'm so tired of being broke. Oh my God, these bills, that becomes your life, okay? Oh, I hate that my life is like this. Oh, no one loves me. Oh, when you have those, we gonna call it what it is, and we not being mean to anybody. We not even calling nobody out, because we all been here, right? But when you have these poor me thoughts, you get these poor me results. You get these poor results because you're not thinking, you're not choosing a rich reality. You're not being rich in thought, nor are you being rich in spirit. So how do you ever expect to be rich in frequency and rich in your bank account if you're not even rich with the basics? You think poorly, right? So if you want to see better, you have to think better, okay? You have to be magnetic. We don't know how to be magnetic because we're always the one chasing what we think is the magnet and not realizing that we're already the magnet. We're always chasing the magnet and not realizing we're already the magnet. You don't have to chase. All you got to do is attract, and it all comes to you. You wondering why you're attracting all this negativity? Because all you do is sit in a negative state of mind, as I said before. You don't believe that you are 100% the creator of your own reality. You create your own reality. Thoughts create portals. Thoughts create your day. Words create your day. Okay? How you think about yourself is how the universe think about you. Oh, you're saying, oh my God, no one loves me. The universe is like, yep, you're damn right. Don't nobody love you. And that's what the universe is giving you. Not because the universe is trying to be mean, just because the universe gives you what you give it. If you're in this universe and all you care about is, chasing love, chasing money, how can the universe give that to you if all you do is chase it? You don't let the universe give to you. You're not being open to receive. I see 611 and 616, okay? So let's restate the question. Let's say it again. How do cognitive distortions shape the belief that something is wrong? We think that something is wrong with us. We don't believe that it's already ours. We don't believe all is well. We don't believe that that our thoughts do manifest. We don't believe that we're magnetic and we can attract it all. We don't believe that we are the creator of our reality. Okay? So that's the answer to that question. Now, let's move on to the next question. What happens in the nervous system when control feels lost? We do not know how to connect to the earth. A lot of people does not know that the earth is a charger. A lot of people don't know that. A lot of people don't know that earth is just technology. A lot of people don't know that. They just think that it's grass and dirt and soil. No, the earth charges you up. So if you don't connect to the earth, if you don't have a relationship with source, how can you expect to connect with anything supernatural or connect with magic or connect with the things, the reality that you want, if you don't even respect the earth? Okay? You don't even respect the earth that you are living on. And I can't stress this enough. I want to talk about how one day I was reading a book to my daughter and my brother. Okay, they almost around the same age. And this book, it was a children's book. It helped me realize how much stuff is made from earth. Okay, plants is made from earth. Trees, paper, furniture. Okay, it's the things that you don't think of. Shower curtains. It's like we pull everything from the earth. We have water because of the earth. We have trees because of the earth. We have air because of the earth. Okay, we take What? You take air, make fans. Everything is made. Toilet tissue, toilets. Everything is made from elements of the earth. And this goes back to science, but we don't even respect it. We don't respect that we have a door because, okay, they had to get the wood from the tree. We don't see it like that. We don't expect the light. We don't expect electricity, okay? This electricity, we had to literally get it from below the ground. We don't appreciate these things. The electricity comes from the sun. We don't appreciate these things that we have from the earth, okay? So you have to wake up in gratitude and connect with earth, okay? Say, thank you, earth, for my air. Thank you for my water. Thank you for my food. Okay, a lot of people talk about going to heaven and all this stuff, but don't even know that heaven is already on earth. We just don't see that. We pollute the air. We be mean to each other. We spread negativity. We pollute the water. We take earth elements and make stuff that doesn't even matter just to mess up the earth. And it's not all our fault because we're not, the original creators of these things. But still, we don't even be appreciative from everything that we take from the earth. But yet, we want to be blessed. We want abundance, but don't even realize the abundance that we already have. Okay? Now let's talk about something else. Remembrance. A lot of people don't even remember their purpose. A lot of people don't even believe in deja vu and believe in past lives and believe that they already been here before. A lot of people don't even remember who they are on a soul level. So if you're lost on a soul level, of course your nervous system is all lost because you don't even remember who you are. You don't remember that God made you in your image. So what does that mean? You're a God too. Okay? We don't believe that we're royalty. We don't believe that we're multi-dimensional beings. We don't believe these things. We don't believe that it's a guru inside of us. You don't need to go to readers. You don't need to go to psychics. You don't need to go to a healer. Of course, it's good to it's good to utilize these things. Okay, but we don't even utilize it in ourselves. We don't even believe that we're healing. We don't even believe that everybody is psychic, for real. It's just that everybody cannot access their intuition. But these are natural gifts that you have inside of you that's lying dormant that you don't even know because you don't access them, okay? And I want to let you guys know I'm not getting on you or anything, because we've all been low. We've all been uneducated. So I'm just educating you guys, okay? And when it comes to receiving money, receiving abundance, get into money mantras, okay? Mantras. Start meditating, okay? Not just for the money, but meditate because that's how you give back to source. That's how you give back to yourself. By killing the noise. Instead of worrying about it, go meditate on it, go journal about it, say some positive things on it, and just let it all work out for you. All right, so we're on to our next question. How does resilience develop through repeated experience of recovery? So first of all, in order to get comfortable, let me start over. In order to get comfortable, you must be uncomfortable. Okay, everybody want to be in this comfort zone, but it's all about what is you going to do when you're in that discomfort zone. Okay, what are you going to do when you're uncomfortable? Okay, you want comfort, but have you earned it? Have you worked for it? Have you manifested it? Have you learned how to be grateful when things is not comfortable? Okay, and a lot of people, when they get upset, even myself, I've been here before, when we get upset, we blame the world. Oh my God, everybody has done me wrong. Oh my God. And this is what I'm channeling right now. Lord, deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me. We only hurt ourselves. It's not everybody hurting us. Yeah, people hurt us, but we hurt ourselves. When we choose to stay hurt, we hurt ourselves. When we choose to deal with people that we know is not shit, okay? We hurt ourselves. when we stay in a state of mind that we know is hurting us. Okay, we hurt ourselves when we be lazy. We hurt ourselves when we pick up that bottle and we know that we don't need it. We hurt ourselves when we smoking that weed and we know that it's not getting us where we need to be. And I'm not talking to everybody, because maybe everybody can function with weed, okay? All right, but for the people that can't, for the people that smoke, because I've been there, okay, for the people that's smoking every day, okay, the people that's drinking every day, the people that's going out partying, BSing, okay, you're only hurting yourself when you're not doing it intentionally. Lord, deliver me, 'cause all I seem to do is hurt me. We only hurt ourselves, okay? And sometimes we don't know how to be wild, right? We don't really know the real meaning of wild. But then let me slow down a little bit, okay? Because I'm channeling. Because I'm getting two different meanings of wild. It's okay to be natural. It's okay to be primal. It's okay to be original. But sometimes we are a little bit too wild, like I said. Sometimes we do party too much. Sometimes we do smoke too much weed. We take too many pills. Okay, we drink too much. We go out and do this. We go hang. We go do this stuff. And it's okay to do it every once in a while. But when you're doing it every day and you don't have no spiritual backing, no routine, then that's when you become too wild. That's when you let the wild control your life and you're not controlling the wild in you, because we all wild. Okay, and it's two different meanings of wild. You can be wild, meaning that you all out there, you don't care, and you can be wild, meaning that you're natural. Okay, you're unique. You let it all out, okay, and you don't stop it. You don't stop your uniqueness, okay? We don't know how to be grateful, okay, for the things that we do have. We already talked about that when we said that Earth is a charger and Earth is abundance around us. We already talked about that, okay? We're not always thankful. Okay, and we don't always believe. And hold on, let me slow down, because I want to say that we don't always believe that we're chosen. But I just feel like sometimes we oversaturate this saying, I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. Everybody is chosen. Choose yourself. Okay, be the one that you pick. Okay, if you're gonna be a pick me, pick yourself. Choose yourself. Okay, know that you are chosen by yourself. Okay, you don't need to be number one in anybody else's world, but you have to be number one in your own reality. Okay, now let's talk about this next question. Why does meaning making reduce psychological distress after setbacks? Okay, once you realize who you are, realize what you can do, realize your abilities, then you understand your worth. Okay, and a lot of us, we tie everything back to our worth. Okay, if this don't work out, we not worth it. Okay, if this person don't love us back, we not worth it. Okay, if we don't get this job, if this doesn't work out, we're not worth it. Okay, but you have to know that you're worth it by the way that you exercise your worth. Okay, and you exercise your worth by pulling back from low vibrational energy, saying, you know what, I'm not going to prove myself for this. Okay, I'm just going to show up and take up space. Knowing that you are complete. We feel incomplete without validation, right? We feel incomplete when everything don't go our way, right? But we got to know that we are complete. Even if this doesn't work out the way that I expected, I know that I'm complete, with or without. Okay, we need to learn how to love, not just others, but learn how to love ourselves. And once we learn how to love ourselves better, we can learn how to love others. And this is all stuff that you have to learn after a setback. And that you learn through a setback. You learn how to be you learn how to go through discomfort and then be comfortable. You learn that it wasn't the world that was against you, it was you being against yourself. And then once you start loving yourself and you understand, you admit to yourself, okay, I've been out here living wild, no matter what you were doing, even if you wasn't smoking and drinking. Maybe it was love, a toxic love affair. Okay, maybe it was you just not listening to spirit the way that you need to. But you was out here being wild. When you admit that you was out here being crazy with your time and energy, then you could come back to your true self and say, okay, I understand where I went wrong at, right? Okay, when you learn how to love your soul and you know how to allow the older version of yourself to die, then a new version of you can rebirth. It's that simple. Okay, y'all, let's move on to our next question. How do past successful adaptations get overlooked during present stress? So, first off, you have affirmations, right? We're going to talk about this again. You think that your positive thoughts is not working. Like you could say something like, okay, I'm going to be positive. I'm not going to worry about it. But then you start worrying about it again. You like, man, this positive stuff is not going to work because you do not believe that your positive thoughts can actually form, right? And then we tend to look for outside validation. Like we feel like we need our partner or we need our friends or, that we need the people that follow us to tell us you got this, or we need to feel loved, within a relationship. Okay. And if we don't have that validation, then we kind of fall off, right? And then if we don't have a high sense of self-worth, like I was saying earlier, we tie things to our worth. If this person doesn't validate us, we're not worth it. If we don't get this job, we're not worth it. If we don't, get higher in this, we're not worth it. All right, y'all, I had to slow down a little bit. How do past successful adaptations get overlooked during present stress? I had to repeat that because I found myself going a little bit too fast. But as I was saying, we think that our positive thoughts don't work. We think that if people don't validate us, we are not worth it, okay? We're not working. The positive thoughts isn't working. Our system isn't working. But really, we just lack our own clarity and our own sense self-worth, okay? And since we do, as humans, go through trauma, okay, we let the trauma stop us from moving forward. We think, oh, wow, well, it didn't work long ago before, so why would it work now? We start thinking about times when stuff didn't work. And when we are stressed out, like I said, we tend to think back on the trauma. Oh, this happened before. Oh, when I was a child, this happened. We start reminiscing about stuff. And then we bring it into what's going on today, forgetting that that's in the past. Why am I bringing this up now? And then say, if we don't have the same people around us, or, we're not with that ex anymore, if we feel like, oh, we don't have their validation no more, so I can't be worthy, okay, because stuff is not how it used to be. And so when change come forth, you think that these changes are negative and you may try to resist them, but change, the only thing constant in life is change. Change is not always bad. It's actually pretty good, right? But we think that, oh my God, things is changing. It's not staying the same like I want it, so it has to be going bad, when really you're just growing. And when you're growing, you're going to go through growing pains, okay? Life is not going to be steady all the time. You're going to have your ups and you're going to have your downs. You're forever rebirthing into a new person. And when you're rebirthing, you're going to continue to go through it. You're going to, life is not all about healing every day, but it's always going to be something that you have to heal from. It's always going to be something that you have to learn from. But the thing is, the more and more you grow, okay, and the more and more you learn, you know how to adapt better, okay? You know how to handle certain situations. And you're just leveling up each time. So the next question is, what role does perception play in emotional outcomes more than events themselves? Okay, so remember I was talking about emotional budget earlier in the video, right? So we tend to worry about the things that's not working. We tend to give our energy to negative thoughts, okay? We start to play out negative scenarios. But if we actually had control of our emotional and energy budget, we would know, okay, I'm not going to give all of my energy to this emotion, okay? Because I know once I do it, I'm taxed out emotionally, okay? I can't sit here and think about this breakup all day. I have to give it 24 hours and let it go, okay? And that doesn't mean in 24 hours I'm never going to think about it, but I'm not going to sit here and ponder on it forever, okay? Because that's only stressing me out. It's not helping me grow, okay? And that was just an example. All right. And then I know this is like random, but then I think it has a lot to do with everything. Nutrition, hormones. Okay. We have hormones that fluctuate whether we pay attention to our health or not. Nutrition plays a big part, okay? Make sure that you're taking your vitamins. Make sure that you're working out and you're moving your body. Make sure you're eating the right food, okay? Because sometimes our perception is blocked based off what we're putting in our body and what's controlling our hormones, which is controlling our emotions, okay? So start learning about your hormones and how they work and what vitamins you need to take to feel good, to get a dopamine hit, okay? And create dopamine naturally. Okay, so you don't have to go on social media, you don't have to smoke, you don't have to drink, you don't have to feel like you have to get a hit, okay, because you know how to balance your hormones naturally. And let's go over our happy hormones, right? So we already named one. We got dopamine. This is when we achieve a goal, right? When we're celebrating, when we eat something that we like, when we're working on something that we're passionate about, when we're doing nice things for ourselves. Okay, that's how you get your dopamine. Okay, and then your endorphins. Sometimes you gotta laugh, okay? You gotta crack jokes. That doesn't mean make fun of people, but crack jokes. Watch some comedy, okay, when you're in pain. And let's go back to dopamine. When you need a reward, you do stuff like achieving a goal, celebrating your wins, eating healthy food or something that you like. And then with the endorphins, that's the painkiller hormone, right? So you gotta laugh, you gotta exercise, you gotta smell something good, eat some chocolate, okay? Oxytocin, that's the bonding hormone. You need to go hug somebody, get you an emotional support dog or type of animal, okay? Do some yoga, do some stretching, okay? Be nice, show caring to others, okay? Breathe, meditate. And then you got your serotonin. You got your serotonin. Okay, and this is our mood stabilizer hormone, right? You got to get some sun, some vitamin D, walk in nature, exercise, get a massage, okay, or just rub your own body, okay, with some moisturizer, practice mindfulness. So you need to understand what your different hormones are, okay, because it's plenty of them, okay, but those are just the happy ones. But study all of your hormones. See what type of food you need to eat, what type of vitamins you need, okay? Study them, because hormones is very important. And it does, I'm sorry, y'all, let me slow down. It does affect our perception, right? So let's move on. Let me restate the question. What role does perception play in emotional outcomes more than events themselves? So, bloom. We want to bloom. We want to grow, right? But we don't always believe that we're growing because we're always stuck in what happened in the past or how things is not coming to fruition for us right now. Sometimes we don't have patience. Now, when you plant a seed, is it going to grow? Is the flower going to blossom the next day? No, it's not. You have to plant that seed and allow for it to flourish. Sometimes it takes months, okay? Sometimes it even, the crop dies, but then guess what? It comes back alive again. So you have to think of life like that too, right? And then we're going to go back to this. It's already yours. We don't believe in that it's already ours, right? So we have to affirm this. We have to know that miracles can happen and they do happen. But we can't stay stuck in the past, because when we stay stuck in the past, we're staying stuck in a version that's not even us no more. Okay, we've already outgrown that. But our physical body hasn't caught up. Our mind knows, our soul knows, but our body is still stuck. So we got to move on. We got to move. Now our next question is this. How does trusting one's coping capacity change decision making under pressure? So, sometimes we need to be around some winners. Not even sometimes, all the time. we need to be around some winners. We need to be around rich-minded people. If we're around negative people that don't do anything with their life, always being negative, always being cruel, going through their own type of mental health issues, don't know how to add to us in a positive manner, then that's going to reflect on us, okay? So if you can't be around rich-minded people, sometimes you need to throw in some motivation, right? You need to throw in some affirmations, okay? You need to be the winner, okay? You need to network, okay? And be around people that are actually manifesting and doing something to accomplish and achieve, okay? And another thing, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to be honest with yourself. You have to face the reality. Sometimes we, like I was saying about our perception, we perceive things in a negative light when we really have to focus on reality and focus on what's true. And we have to know, as long as we're being true to ourselves and being true to others and we're living in an honest way, that everything is going to work out for us, right? Another thing, you have to use what you got to get what you want. And what I mean by that is you have a brain to think. You have eyes to see. You have a mouth to speak. You have a nose to smell. You have feet, arms and feet to use, okay? You have a whole body. These hands, you could do stuff with them. These feet, you can walk. So you have to be grateful for the things that you have and use it. Use your mind, which is the strongest part on your body, your mind, your heart. Use it to manifest the life that you desire. Okay, and it's 9:33 as I say that. And then I want you guys to remember this. 888. Whenever you see 888, because that's the sign that you guys are going to see, you need to be in a state of manifestation. You need to be in a state of infinity, knowing that you are infinite. All right, let's move on to the next. What does safety increase when uncertainty is reframed rather than resisted? First of all, I wrote down antidote. You are your own antidote. You are your own cure. You can cure yourself. So if you have a problem, please know that you can solve it. You can solve the problem. It's just the way that you think, right? And then we already talked about being healthy, knowing what your hormones need. You have to have a healthy thought process as well. You need to say, okay, well, let me get up and eat something healthy. Let me get up and drink this tea. Let me do something that's healthy for my body, that's safe for my body. Let me do something positive. So when you want to do something negative, maybe the cure is to go eat something healthy, drink some water, do something that's going to nourish your body rather than drain it, okay? Focus on being your best self. Listen to your ancestors. Sometimes you have to retrace your steps and start. Sorry, y'all, it cut off, but it's no thing. We're going to get back to it. So you have to retrace your steps and start from the beginning, okay? You need to initiate something, all right? And when I say that, I mean you may be having a bad day. You may just be feeling off. But rather than sit in negativity, initiate something. Initiate to take the initiative to change your mood. Okay, we have reached the last question. How can adopting a resilience-based narrative support long emotional stability? Having gratitude for the universe is answer 1. And then, when people bring negativity to your table, you have to say, check, please. Or when negativity just try to come to your table, check, please, I'll take the check and I'll leave. Okay? Because, yeah, we have our imperfections, but you are also too perfect to settle for less and to be okay with less. And most of all, stay proactive in life. Stay productive in life. Not productive in a way that you're just trying to keep busy, but yes, acknowledge when you are feeling down, but then motivate yourself to get back up. And that is how we make things work out for us. That's how things always works out for us, okay? Everything that we just went over. I really enjoyed doing this first segment, this first lesson. I cannot wait to finish this current series. I have a lot in store for us. Stay tuned for Life Paths, and then the Zodiacs is probably going to be on Patreon. We'll see how it goes. But I just want to thank each and every person who viewed this video. I want to thank you for tuning in. And I am setting the attention that my words activate you to know and to feel that all things is working out for you. Okay? All things is working out for me. All things is working out for us. Thank you so much for supporting.